Animation allows your imagination to truly come to life on the big screen. The animation production pipeline can be divided into 3 stages: pre-production, production, and post-production. Pre-production is the process where students get to create a story, design the visual world where the story will take place and the characters who will interact in the environment, and the pace or timing of the animation.
I'm working on effects, and a big part of this film is the explosion, and we wanted to be a little lighthearted, just because the film's lighthearted. We still wanted it to have a kind of a big impact, so we're trying to find the balance kind of between the two.
I did some prop concept art, and I'm doing motion right now and also editing. I'm working on the scene where the sergeant turns around and sees the general's face for the first time. So we have a lot of meetings, we have dailies, we get a lot of individualized attention, and we learn at a really quick pace, which is nice. You get to learn both like technical sides and the artistic sides, so I like that a lot.
In terms of the production, I'm part of the motion team. It's very enjoying to put in motion into the characters and try to define what they are through the actions that they perform.
I like this capstone course just because I love animation, and this is like the closest experience I get to an actual animation production.
I'm leading the texturing group, which is adding colors and textures to the props. The character of the barracks, is it rusty? Is it old? Those are all things you have to consider. I'm studying neurobiology and art. I'm thinking of doing illustration or vision research.
Production is where the actual work can start, based on the guidelines established during pre-production. Professional actors came in to help students understand timing and motion. We even had Disney professionals come in and critique and mentor the students.
We split up into 4 small groups. Each group had their own concepts and their style they want to look for, and some groups wanted the vintage look.
Sometimes we have tight deadlines too, and so any way you can solve a problem quickly and iterate, the live action reference is great. Doing it in an animatic setting is good too.
And as I was sitting there watching the animatic, I was thinking, so what are the riggers thinking in the room? How many takes did you guys do? Several to get to the one. So this is the selection, right?
Yeah.
These are the choice ones here. I think one of the shots was where the sergeant turns almost totally right on his hip. And are you thinking about how you're going to do that with this rig system?
I'm currently creating a multi-constraint system.
Okay. That's complicated stuff. Good luck.
It's fun though.
It's awesome. It's great.
Definitely.
I kind of wanted to get your input of what your first impressions are looking at these characters.
Because you are playing with scale at the end in such a fun, cartoony way with the general, I think that, really keeping this is good.
We used the animatic as a reference, and then we kind of did character lighting and environment lighting references, so that way it's kind of gives you a general idea. And then we have some swatches for color schemes.
He is not a nice man.
It's great changing the lighting. I mean, it would be easy with this one environment to sort of set up an environment where you can just run it through.
I'm working on effects, and a big part of this film is the explosion. And we're mostly focusing on making sure that it supports the story, since it's kind of like the big thing that happens, it's the climax. And we wanted to be a little lighthearted, just because the film's lighthearted. I was inspired a lot by like Wile E. Coyote and those kinds of explosions. And then this is one of the signature shots from.
That's great.
That is great.
Like also like the drawovers and having a lot of that reference is fantastic.
Post-production is the final step in creating a short animation. It is the process of rearranging shots to create a seamless final product.